Hello Kingsham and welcome to Science at Home with Mr. Crispin. Today you join me from my front room where I'm going to be doing an experiment called Sink or Swim, which is all about testing whether different objects will sink or float when we put them in water. Now I've got everything I need in front of me set up and ready to go for my experiment. I've got a bowl with some water in it, about half full, and I've got some different objects that I've picked to test. I've picked to test lots of different fruits and vegetables, as you might be able to see already. You don't have to do the same thing as me if you want to do the experiment. You can pick whatever you want to test as long as it's something that's safe to be put in water. If you're not sure, make sure you check with an adult first. But just let's have a look at what I've got. I've got a lime, I've got a small orange, I've got onion, I've got an apple, I've got a lemon, and finally I've got a banana. And I've also got with me as well, I've got a notebook and a pen to record my results. So what I've decided I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be testing all of my fruits and vegetables twice, because I've particularly picked these ones because they've all got different types of skins on them which can be peeled off. So I've also got with me a peeler and a little knife. And if you are doing this experiment and you do want to test things peeled and unpeeled, make sure you get someone to help you take the skins off, make sure it's nice and safe. So I'm going to test each of these items as they are and test them in the water, and then I'm going to take off their skins and test them again. And I'm also probably going to test the skins separately too. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with the orange, and let's see what happens. Okay, so we're ready to go here with the orange. Here we go, he's going into the water, and I'm going to let him go. I'm going to let it settle before I make a decision about whether he's sinking or floating. I think that's definitely a float for the orange. Okay, so let's give him a bit of a shake off, put him down there to dry for a second, and I'm going to add that to my table of results over here. So orange with skin, I'm going to put a tick for float, and I'm going to put a cross if they sink. Okay, now I'm going to peel the orange, and then we'll have a go and see what happens after he's had his skin taken off. Okay, here we are. I very carefully peeled my orange. I've tried to keep all the skin intact because I want to test that as well. So let's test the orange first of all and see what happens. Here he goes. Unpeeled orange going into the water, and he's definitely not on the surface like he was before. He's not sunk all the way to the bottom, but he's also not floating on the top. Oh, actually, and as I speak, the orange he's getting low and low, and he has actually sunk all the way to the bottom. Wow, I wasn't expecting that at all. That's really surprising. So let's take him out. It's my snack for a minute, sort it out. And let's add that to the results. So the peeled orange cross because he has sunk. Let's have a go with the skin. What do we think is going to happen with this? Well, I've got a feeling, given our previous results, I think I might know what's going to happen, but let's find out anyway. Let's put the skin in, and skin is gathering a bit of water, but it's staying on the surface. So the skin is floating. I wonder what that tells us about our first result with the orange with the skin on, why that one floated. So let's add that to our list here. So skin. Okay, so next on my results is going to be the onion. Okay, so we can test him straight away because we're going to test him with his skin on. I've no idea what's going to happen. These onions are a bit heavier than the orange. I've got a feeling in my mind. I'm making a prediction in my head. You make a prediction as well. See if we get it right. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Well, that has surprised me. I was expecting the onion to sink, but the onion is floating. In fact, I'd probably say the onion at the moment is floating even better than the orange was when that first went in. Okay, that has surprised me. I was expecting the onion to sink. So let's add that to our results. So the onion with the skin on has managed to float. Okay, let's take the skin off and see what happens when we try the onion peeled. Okay, so as you can see, I've peeled off all of the brown skin from the outside of the onion. I couldn't get it all in one piece like I managed to with the orange, but I have got a nice big bit here that we can test in a second. But first of all, we're going to test the peeled onion. Now I'm going to make another prediction in my head as to what I think is going to happen. You make your own prediction as well. Do you think the peeled onion is going to sink or is it going to float? Let's find out. 3, 2, 1. Yes, the onion is floating. I was right, that's what I predicted. Were you right with your predictions, I wonder? So let's take that one out. So, the peeled onion floats. So far for the onion, we've got float, peeled and unpeeled. I wonder what that tells us is going to happen with the skin. Do we think the skin's going to float or is it going to sink? Let's find out. I know what I think is going to happen here. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there we go. That's just sitting like a little raft on top of the water. That's not going anywhere. That is a definite float. So let's take that one out. And then add that to our results. So, floats, floats, floats for the onion. So, let's have a look. What are we doing next? We are on to the banana. So, let's find out. Do we think the banana is going to sink? Or do we think it's going to float? Let's find out. I think... what do I think is going to happen here? I'm not sure. I'm not too sure, actually, with the banana again. I thought the onion was definitely going to sink, and that didn't sink. So my natural instinct would have been said banana would sink as well, but the onion didn't sink. Let's find out. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, it is. It looked like it was going to sink at first, but it is actually just about floating on the surface. Maybe not quite as well as the onion did, but it's not sinking. So we've got another piece of floating fruit. Let's take that off. Banana with the skin. Okay, time to peel the banana and then we'll see what happens. Okay, you rejoin me here with one very naked looking banana and its bits of skin there ready to be tested as well. Let's find out what's going to happen with the unpeeled banana, the peeled banana even. 3, 2, 1. I'm just going to give it a second because it feels like looks like it's just deciding. A bit like the orange, is it going to? But unlike the orange, which looked like it was about to float and then sank to the bottom, the banana is staying just about on the surface. Excellent. Okay, let's take that banana and that little bit of onion, that skin out as well. So the banana is also floating when it's been peeled. Right, let's test a bit of this banana skin. I think I know what's going to happen here. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's floating on the surface. That's not going anywhere at all, is it? Okay, right. There we go. Starting to see a bit of a pattern. I'm going to be very interested to see what happens when I get onto the lemon and the lime, because they're very similar fruits to the orange. That's the only one that's actually sunk so far. Wonder what's going to happen. Okay, so we finished testing the orange, the onion and the banana. I've got 3 left to do, which I'm going to carry on with now, but I'm going to let you go so you can get cracking with your experiments at home. Remember, make sure you check with an adult that it's okay before you start chucking things in water to see if they float or not. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what results you get when your homework's uploaded to our website.